Hey guys, what's up? Spiff here, and the wind is crazy loud and I do apologize, and that's one reason why there is no Il Patrol this week is because it is like 100 degrees and super windy and I can't even stand out there right now. It's crazy. The main reason why there's no Il Patrol this week is because one, I don't want to rush it and mess up on cutting my quarter panels or my fenders and ruin them. So I want to make sure I have plenty of time to just take my time and do it right. I want to make sure I do some research on the easiest way to do it, make sure I buy the right tools for it, and have everything prepared. And besides that, the next thing we're going to be doing is rebuilding this motor, which actually I think I'm going to do before the over fenders, to be honest. I think next week I'm just going to start rebuilding this because I want to get it done. I'm excited to just tear into this. So this is what we're going to be doing, and the reason why I can't start this week like I wanted to is because I did get my garage cleaned up. It's kind of hard to tell because I know behind me it looks like a wreck, but I was able to nicely and neatly pile up all my new parts on this table over here that need to be thrown into this. But then my landlord came by and was like, oh hey, we're doing an inspection on all the houses. We need you to pull everything in your garage to the center so we can take a look around all the walls and stuff. And I was like, oh sick, I just cleaned up my garage really nice and now I have to tear it apart again. So that's awesome. But next week we should be able to dive right into this. Also need to buy a new hose, which that's a long story. So what are we doing here today? Well, I'm going to answer one of my most frequently asked questions, and that is, where's the red 240? Do you still own it? Because if you live in the local SoCal area and you're on the 240 pages, you probably have seen me try to sell it. And I have. And I've come to the conclusion it's just not going to happen. I'm never going to sell that car. I paid too much for it in the first place. Since then, I've torn it apart. After that, I lost my bill of sale for it, so it's just mine. It's mine, it's stuck to me, it's never going anywhere, and that's that. So I need to do something with it. What am I going to do with it? That's up to you guys. There's two choices. There's going to be an eye in the top right-hand side of the screen. You can click on that. I think I know how to do this. It might not work, but there should be an eye on the top right-hand side, and then we can take a poll. And you're going to be able to choose one of these two options. So option number one is going to be the easiest for you guys and the hardest for me, but also the least entertaining. And that's going to be Missile Mondays. So every Monday I would just work on getting that car into a missile and just shred the shit out of it and then break it and put it back together and just keep beating the hell out of it. And that's fun for me because I'd probably get much better at drifting much faster if I had a car that I could just slam into walls and not worry about. However, it's kind of sad. Like I bought that car and I overpaid for it from the junkyard because I wanted to save it. I love 240s, like for real. I'm not one of these like little fanboys that just hopped on the train. Like I really do love these cars and I don't want to see them destroyed. So that I kind of don't want to do. So that brings me to option number two, which is do the Junkyard to Drift Car build series like I have been, but do it right this time. Do it like I am with the Black 240. Make sure that the videos come out often and make sure I get real work done in them and that the build progresses quickly and that we get cool new parts and we use like real parts, not eBay parts in it. But I can't afford to do that with that car and bring it into a full drift car spec by myself. I've dumped basically every spare dollar I have into the Black 240, and that's basically my max. Like what I'm doing to the Black 240, that's the max I can do by myself. Like it is expensive. So for the red car, what I would have to do is I would start a GoFundMe, and I rely on you guys to donate and make pledges or whatever they call it and help me in building that car up to where it should be. Up to like an awesome drift car that everybody would want to have. And I mean full blown, like fuel cell, cutting every bit of pieces out of it that I don't need and just doing it really, really well. But that all relies on you guys. So go ahead, hit the I, vote, let me know what you want to do. I have great ideas for that car in my head. Like I know what I want to do to it, but depending on the budget depends on what I can do. Because there's a lot of like visual stuff I would love to do to it just to make that car like magazine worthy, but it all just really depends on the budget. So if you guys are interested and if you guys are actually willing to donate, like don't say the donating one if you just don't have intentions on donating, because there's a lot of people like, hey, well I don't want to buy one of your classified lifestyle shirts, but if you make a car shirt I'll buy that, and then I make a bunch of car shirts and nobody ever buys them. So if you're not actually going to donate, that's fine. Like that's perfectly okay, but just don't pick that option because it's not real, you know? So pick which one you would actually be willing to participate in and which one you would actually like. Now, if you would really like to see the full-blown drift car and you just can't donate, I understand. Go ahead and vote for that so I know, and then I could just try my best to do as much as I possibly can. But that's basically where the red drift car sits right now. It has not been touched from my last Junkyard drift car build. So that is that. And as always, you know, you can like my Facebook page, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. I'll try to keep you guys a little bit more up to date of what I'm doing on those. Like, you know, I'll be like, hey, yeah, I got some new parts in and stuff like that. So you guys have a little bit more behind the scenes of what's going on. And yeah, I'll just try to keep you guys updated as best as I can. And I am sorry again that there's no Il Trail this week, but it's because I want these videos to be good and I don't want to rush them, because sometimes I feel pressured to get a video out and I rush it and I mess it up. So I don't want to do that. I did that with the bumper quick release, and that's why they're not level, because one's like way higher than the other, because I was just so frustrated and hot and tired that I just wanted to get it done, and I did not take my time and I messed that up. And I do not want to do that with the over fenders or for this motor, because if I mess this motor up, this whole build has gone down the drain, and I might as well just quit YouTube and just quit cars and just drive my Scion for the rest of my life. So I don't want to rush it. I want to take my time, and that is that. So I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been Spiff, and I'm out. Peace.